The main purpose of VerbalWise is to help organizations prepare for growth. So we optimize businesses for growth, essentially. Business owners and executives come to us because they're ready to grow, they just don't know how, and they don't know how to get from A to B, so we help them optimize for growth. We go in and look at the structure of the organization, the people within the organization, and the processes in the organization, as well as the technology that supports it, that automates it. And if you consider a business that's looking for growth, you may be talking about revenue, but if you think about business processes, sometimes it's about streamlining a business for growth. So sometimes people aren't trying to add people, they're trying to make better use of their people. They're trying to make better use of their processes. There are so many organizations, both small and large, that really don't have optimized processes in place. So we can help generate more revenue, we can help increase the bottom line just by streamlining some of the processes and how people work together. We have a lot of process sheets for kind of the entry-level entrepreneur, really the one who's trying to do pretty much everything. And I think fortunately I've kind of done pretty much everything, which is what led me this way. And I already had processes in place when I decided, hey, I'm going out on my own. The processes were already in place. I'd already documented them. So I was kind of ahead of the game in some ways, where a lot of other organizations, they just do what they have to do, and then, how do we get a process in place? And then we identify those processes that get them there. So it might be, when you say from startup to stellar, we're helping the startup get to stellar. And sometimes we're getting the stellar to even more stellar. A typical business advisor, consultant, whatever it might be, will come in and look from a vertical perspective. So let's say you're a business owner and you think you've got some issues with the finance side. You want to build revenues, right? So it must be a finance issue. A finance consultant or someone with that sort of background can come in and help that area. Someone with a marketing background, a marketing group, you can call them and they'll help with that area. But what we do differently is we stand back and we look at the entire organization. Instead of pulling pieces out, we put them all back together. And we say, this is what your business looks like. This area needs a little bit of help. This area needs a little bit of help. This area needs a little bit of help. Let's get the right experts to help with that. But I'm looking at the good of the business, not the good of marketing, not the good of IT, not the good of finance, the entire business. And with that comes the good of all those little pieces. And I get a lot of people when they find out what I do, want to work with me because I am going into the organizations on behalf of numerous areas. Right. So I have partnerships and alliances with people who understand the Lean and Six Sigma side, which is really was originally focused on manufacturing, but now is in the services industry, and really creating processes from beginning to end on even how to create a new tool and die, for example. But then on the other side, I've got quite a few alliances in specific areas of marketing, specific areas of finance, information technology. And because I have experience in all of those, I have both IT experience, marketing experience, communications, it helps me to really identify the right people for the job. I look at life as kind of like a business, right? And I think that's the best way to look at life, because the way we look at our business should be the way that we look at our life, and that is we want to create the best possible scenario at the end. We want to leave a legacy. I want to leave a legacy for my business. I want to leave a legacy for my family and my life. And kind of what are those leave behinds? You approach it the same way. I'm developing other employees in my organization. I'm developing a family at home so that they can be either part of my business one day, part of their own, or part of somebody else's. So it really is easy to balance, I think. I don't turn one thing off or one thing on, because the business that I'm in is authentically me. So I get to be that person all the time, as opposed to, the person who goes and does a job every day and comes home and they're a different person. Mm-hmm. I get to be the same person all day long with my family, with my employees, with my clients. Networking has been a key for me, and really, as a graduate in public relations, everyone said network, 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 and I thought, what in the world is networking? I don't even know what this means. And it also seemed like a way of pushing yourself, and it wasn't my style. When I found that networking for me was a way to help people meet other people, help me help other businesses just in providing feedback, just like you do with your articles and with this program, I found networking is a great thing. I would say that it has led to the most important and the most exciting success for me, and that is building in a very short time a very solid reputation and a very positive reputation to help organizations change and grow. And I started this business in what was considered a very bad economy and all of these bad things, and what are you, crazy, and all of those things. Why leave a perfectly good career in IT? Well, because this is right for me, and I'm here to help other companies.